Welcome back, guys. I'm hiking. Cooking food by the fire.
So I got this 0 mile mark 55-liter backpack pretty maxed out. I have every inch of this thing completely packed, and there's some things that I really didn't need. I brought a whole bunch of extra comfort items because I did bring the girls with me. I got Aria and Paisley, so I brought some stuff to make sure they have a good time. I weighed it and it was 34 pounds without food, without water, but then I added food, then I added water. Then I added a deer steak, which is just extra food. An extra cook kit. She's... What?
Dad.
Spiders? Alright.
No. They are spiders.
I added the hammock. I have an extra sleeping bag. So there's 2 sleeping bags, 2 tents. There's 2 of everything in my backpack. Now you're probably thinking, make the kids wear their own. Well, check this out. Can you show us your backpack? She's carrying her own clothes, her own sleep pad, her own water, diapers, a snack. Aria, what do you got in your backpack? We got a stuffed animal, we got food, snacks, a Hercules Glade Wilderness Trail, and my wife said what it was, but I don't remember already.
Toy ball.
What's really funny is we're going to run into a whole bunch of spider webs.
I heard you. I'm looking for a stick.
Wow.
It's going to be good.
You just help me.
Told you it'd be good.
Hey, girls, let Daddy go first.
No, they can go first. I don't care.
Mommy,
Go.
Daddy, look at that pretty rock. Look.
Wonderful.
We'll find tons of them. Let's go. Let's go find our campsite, girls.
I gotcha. So, a personal tidbit that we've noticed so far. I was just mentioning to Anthony, we're normally, we get in, we go, like we keep it a steady pace. We don't stop and smell the flowers. You know, we've got our mission to get to where we're going, and that's it. That was a big spider you just whacked down. That was a big one. Anyways, so just, we're very, you know, goal-oriented, you know, we keep, like I said, keeping pace and get to there by a certain time, all this other. Well, it's kind of made some of our hiking trips with the girls honestly more frustrating than enjoyable, because we're pushing them. I mean, we've got a, you know, we've got a Aria who's 5 and then Paisley who's 3.5, and their legs are a lot shorter than ours. They're not going to walk at the same pace. They're also 3 and 5, so Aria wants to stop and look at every rock. Paisley wants to stop and point out all the bugs on the ground. And this trip we just really tried to make a mental point that this is not, whoop, it's okay, stand up, it's all right, you're good. We bring lots of Band-Aids. You okay? You're good. Crisis averted. Anyway, so we just really wanted to make a point to make this trip enjoyable, you know, stop, lollygag, talk, let them pick up things, let them identify the different plants that Anthony's pointed out, and it's definitely so far made it a more enjoyable trip for us. And oop, careful, that's prickly. And I think for the girls as well, just being able to be kids. Yes, we're hiking. Yes, we want to, you know, enjoy the outdoors, but they're not going to have goals like we have. So, food for thought.
So we're going to take the shorter trail, which can be a long street trail.
Is this the way to the waterfall?
To the water?
It's to the water.
I want to go to the water.
Well, it's kind of late in the day.
I'm
And
afraid it'll get dark before we get there.
yeah, and I really don't want to have you girls out in the dark in the woods.
Do you want to be walking in the dark in the woods, Aria?
No.
Okay.
No, we'll come back and we'll go to the waterfall. We got around kind of late.
Yes.
Can we get the fire on and camp in the dark?
Yes.
Put a fire on?
Yeah.
Are we gonna be
We're going to put deer steak on the fire.
Mom, I see the way out. Mom, I see the way out.
You do? You're so smart.
We're gonna get out of this.
So,
Okay.
thanks to our fellow vlogger, Dan Becker, who did a video just like maybe a week or two ago about why your backpack hurts. I thought I had watched plenty of other things and looked up information on the manufacturer, like ours are Osprey, and I thought I was well educated. However, his method is working really well for me, and that was to loosen everything up completely, cinch the waist belt down first, as absolutely as tight as you can, and to put it right so you have your, the top of your hip, the waist belt goes right there, and cinch it down as tight as you can. Then buckle the middle, tighten up your sides to where it's comfortable, then tighten up the middle almost as far as it can go so that they're kind of pulling inwards and not resting on the outer portions of your collarbone, and then mess with your load lifters. And so far it is definitely doing the trick, so thank you, Dan. You're so cute in your little backpack. You're super cute.
Mine was supposed to have
Go ahead.
pink on my backpack.
Oh, did I give you the wrong one?
Or
So sorry.
maybe I don't like pink. That's not my favorite.
The park rangers did.
This is camp for the night. I will here in a second.
Whoa! Look at that!
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. It's
What is it?
a rock.
Is it a bluff? You girls want to go look at the water? I'm gonna grab my stick here.
We have to stay here after the
get something?
stay with the water.
Ah, I'm out of spot.
Huh? You hear your voice echo? Hey, listen, I'll let you howl like twice.
I don't want to.
You don't want to howl? Listen to the echo? All right, go ahead.
Well, we have to stay if the fire goes.
Yes. Cool beans.
Oh, in the water.
Why not?
No, you just whoa. It's not really deep.
It's not really deep, but I bet we can play in it just a little bit.
Oh, no.
What do you think? Here, hey, take your shoes off. Or you can keep your shoes on, that's fine too. Get in it. It is a creek. Because.
It's super cool, Daddy. But we can't
Get wet. Get wet. Get on in there. Or do you want your swimsuits?
cool rock. I can come over here. Come see this. I can come see this jug of cool rock. Are you a rock? Mama, you can look at you. I found a cool rock. And Mama, come over here.
Water's a little low.
Whoa,
Whoop.
I almost wet. Okay.
I'm glad you're okay.
Are you okay? Yeah. I'm okay.
So the girls decided they wanted deer steak. So I ended up bringing some deer tenderloin from the house. My knife might be dull after this. Might have to sharpen it. Yes, I know it's on a rock, so all you germophobic people, I rinsed it with water. But that's about it. Once it cooks, it'll all cook out. Look how tender this stuff is.
I'll get your food, Paisley.
Alright, so we brought some Cajun seasoning. Of course, garlic. We got some salt and pepper. Put the Cajun on there. Garlic. I like garlic. I'm gonna find our pepper. Alright. And I've never. Oh, that's not working out very well. Oh, thank goodness, I grabbed salt.
Is it ready?
Not quite. Flip these over.
Why are we going to do short shoes?
And salt. Here we go.
Can Paisley use these?
What I did was I put all the hot coals together. I put all the red hot coals. I stuck them all together. I'm going to take cedar bark. I'm going to put some cedar bark in there. Like so. I'm just going to go ahead and throw a bundle of sticks on there too. Right here. I'm going to blow on it.
Whoa. But
So when we get up in the morning and our shoes have been outside, we gotta make sure nothing's inside of them. Can you help me?
you mean like bugs?
Bugs or snakes. So you just kind of whack it a
Or
little bit, make sure
spiders?
nothing. Yeah. Do you want to help me?
Well, I want to go warm up.
Okay.
Oh, you blew it. It doesn't look the big as it was.
It'll get bigger. We don't want a huge fire.
I almost fell.
We just want a fire that'll keep us warm.
Yeah.
We can cook.
But the weeds are tickling me. Yeah, the weeds are. Whoa.
Come on, baby.
I don't know how to get on it.
Put your right foot in front of your left. Come on, just walk.
I know. Daddy, now you get the water.
Here, you want to do it?
No, you do it.
You want to help me?
No, I want you to do it by yourself.
Keep squeezing. Good job.
It's almost out. It's almost out, Mama.
It's almost all out. Good job. Such a big helper.
What are you doing, Paisley?
I'm helping Mama.
What are you doing?
I'm helping Mama.
Okay. So last night went pretty well. Absolutely hate this tent. We only brought it because we happened to have it and it was bigger. It would fit all of us if need be. I've got my Big Agnes sleep pad, my Trekology pillow. This liner was an Amazon special, but that thing has been awesome because then I can use it like a sheet. And then I've got my UGQ sleep quilt, which was amazing. It was pretty hot at first. It was about 71 when we went to bed. But by the time it got down to the low, around 65, and this morning it was perfect. I did get a little sticky last night with the material, but it wasn't near as bad as experiences with other stuff. We had Paisley over here on that end, and then we had Aria over here on the other end. Hindsight, for next time, we'll probably get 2 separate sleep pads, one for each girl. We'll have to find and see what kind of companies make them for littles, as well as getting their own sleeping bags that are smaller, because me and him each had 2 full-size sleeping bags. Granted, you know, 2 of ours were down. It went pretty well, honestly. By 8 o'clock they wanted to go to bed, which was fantastic. They don't even do that when we're at home. But we did have something that I was not prepared for last night, and that was wetting the bed. Or the tent. So yeah, that was not something I prepared for. I brought 2 extra pairs of clothes, so one they slept in and one for the next day. Paisley put on her spare before we even went to bed because she was just so filthy. There's a, down here, you can probably see it, there's a big bluff behind me and a creek that's running down the bottom, and they played and it was so much fun. It was the perfect little setup because I can see down there, but at the same time I don't need to be right there because the water's, I mean, it's just a couple inches, so I'm not worried about drowning or anything like that. But night 1 camping with 2 of the 3 girls went surprisingly well. I'm happy with it. We do have some neighbors, and keeping my kids quiet is probably the hardest part, because, you know, we don't want to, you know, affect their camping experience, but at the same time, we're trying not to be too bossy, you know, shh, be quiet, because they're out in the woods. And this is Anthony's setup that he was in last night. He's got his 25-inch wide sleep pad. We actually had someone on YouTube asking us about how the pad works in the hammock, and the sleeping bag. He said everything went really well. The only biggest downside is that he's a side sleeper, and with the pad, it made it a challenge. However, he's a pretty big dude, so I wonder if someone my size or a smaller man would be able to sleep sideways a little bit more easily. I have no idea. So, that's my take on it.
Chase! You're walking around. Chase. Chase. Come here, Chase.
Y'all ready to get going?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Use your trekking pole. It'll help you. Come on, Aria. Oh.
Thank you for watching this. If you like this video, follow us on YouTube, hit the bell icon, and we'll give you notifications when we have new videos. Also, like us on Facebook. Our Facebook site has lots of links to other sites for other places around the nation that we go hiking. So, thank you.